Happy Hump Day, Hulahans. We're here with the
Woo.
Wednesday episode. St. Johnny and the All Whites today. Let's go.
West Side for Wednesday. Raise them up or up to twisted. That's the West Side sign right there, gang.
Not really a gang sign, but that's what they
No,
do on the West
it's,
Side.
it's the West Side Best Side right there. Raise them up. West Side
Well, if
is
you,
windy right now. Oh, my goodness. And guess what? I got to go to Lanai on Saturday. Go
ooh, that's
volunteer.
going to be a fun boat ride.
Got to volunteer at the church. I'm gonna come back on the 1 o'clock and I'm just gonna feed the fish. I just have a feel. I may take the bovine, but dude, I just fall asleep with that stuff, man.
It's
So
a rough ferry ride on those rough days. Oof.
can be. It definitely can be. Well, Danny, what do we normally do on Wednesdays now? What's our new
Wednesday, we'll do a little
protocol?
market update, a little boots on the
That's right.
ground, talk some numbers, talk to you
Yep.
about what we're seeing, what we're feeling, what we're thinking. It's a crazy market out there across the country, but especially on Maui.
It is, man. We've been getting whiplash over here. I mean, I got back into this thing in what, late 1920, and it has just been one thing after another, and literally like kind of a roller coaster, Danny.
Up, down, excitement, no excitement, everyone buying, nobody buying. It's kind of what we're at.
As an agent, personally, I'll take this over a balanced market any day when nothing's happening. So
A little more excitement.
it really is. So let's dive into the numbers, shall we?
Show us the goods.
Yeah, so we're going to go through the buckets, share with you what I mean, and then we'll do the actual hot list. Let's see. Let me know when it's up on the screen there, Danny.
We got hot
Jump
list.
in, buddy.
All right, here's the buckets.
All righty. So, gang, the bucket's just going to show you what is active in all the three top segments, if you would. Starting out with residential real estate. You'll notice here Molokai and Lanai is there because I'm using the not equal to field. Just to make it confusing, Maui County includes Lanai and Molokai in uh, as part of its counties. So all active, 379 residential homes for sale. When I jumped back into the business in what was considered a balanced market the few months prior to COVID that I was back in real estate here, I remember seeing about 500 and change being what was in each one of these buckets, quite frankly, Danny, is what I remember.
Yep.
Vacant land tends to be a little bit of a smaller bucket. So once again, there is land, quite a bit of land being sold on Molokai, not quite so much on Lanai, but we have 138 pieces of inventory here on Maui for buildable lots. And then we've got this guy right here, Danny. So condominium market. Where are the actual numbers to it though, dude? Oh, here it is. Sorry,
Yep. 499.
499. Well, so let's take you through this segment here first. There's actually well over 700 and something change total condos on the market, but we wanted to give you a bit of a visual. So we're going to start out here. There are a total of 499 condos that can be vacation rented. And everybody, I think, is in the know now that we now have two segments of condos that are legally allowed to be vacation rented. And we've broken it down into hotel zoned, which tends to be the more favorable now. And then we have what we're calling the Minatoya list condos that are technically apartment zoned, but being allowed to legally vacation rent based off of ordinances and codes that Maui County enacted. And of course, those Minatoya list condos are in danger of potentially going away because the mayor felt that that would be a good way to maybe add inventory into the residential portion of Maui because of the fires. We've always struggled with inventory here, places to live on Maui. And so sometimes the focus negatively goes towards what can be vacation rented. Whether it all makes sense, they people really need to be open to having conversations maybe with people that are in the industry and just kind of kind of have a discussion about that, because I have my own personal thoughts on the matter, but let's dive in. So 499 condos that can be vacation rented, and the ones that are in green are all the Minatoya list condos, and the ones that show up in white are the hotel zone. So, Danny, you remember when the fires happened, and then Mayor Bisson came out and made the statement after our governor made a new law that allowed the different counties to go ahead and make changes. Danny and I felt that we were in the bottom of the market for hotel zone. And the reason for our thoughts there is just supply and demand, right? You can see that the green Minatoya list condos are vastly outweighing the hotel list. So imagine if all of these were eliminated from inventory, what that would do to prices and rates on the hotel side. So just going to quickly go through. Danny, feel free to jump in and add anything, but hoping people can see the visual here.
Yeah, I think they get
Definitely.
the idea. It's pretty it's pretty obvious. There's a lot of green, there's a lot of Minatoya list, there's a lot of uncertainty, and that's why we're seeing a lot of inventory. Some
Yep.
people just want to get out. Some people are afraid they can't rent anymore. Some people feel like this is still their chance to get out while it is allowing rentals, and they can still show that as a sales piece. Hey, look at our history. And still yet others are selling, maybe not for that reason, but more so the insurance increases in the HOA costs.
Now, the simple law of supply and demand tells us, Danny, that as supply increases and demand decreases, the prices should come down. And why do you think we're just not seeing, like, an absolute crash?
Still hanging on. There's almost like a what if kind of thought in the market of still people still love Maui.
Yep.
Visitors are coming back to Maui,
Facts.
and there's increasing rates. I mean, we're hearing from Kevin, our property management contact, that rates are
Yeah.
increasing. So people like the money that's coming in,
Yep.
and it's still a dream. So I think that's kind of the what if vibe. What do you feel?
Yeah, I think that a big determinant too is that so much of our real estate is bought with cash, right? So if you don't have a monthly mortgage nipping at your heels, making the monthly fees isn't comfortable, but maybe you can float with the lower rentals that you're getting. Another factor is a lot of people did rent out to FEMA, so they're floating there. And then some of these people, that did get a mortgage, I mean, they're in the 2 to 3% range, right?
Mm.
And it's typically the wealthy that invest in Maui, so they're kind of going through, they're experiencing things differently than we are. So that is the scoop there. I am going to just go quickly. So remember, 499. So I'm going to hit the checked box just so we can see 499 is the total. And of that, 298 are on the Minatoya list.
So about 60%
So
on the
60-40
Minatoya.
split. So definitely not the favorable segment in the market right now, condos.
Yep,
So
not at all.
that's the scoop there. I am going to go over to criteria. I'm going to take out this yes, and there we go, guys. Eliminating still everything on Molokai and Lanai, still all active, 780 pieces of inventory there. We are definitely in a buyer's market here. And I am actually selling Minatoya list inventory now, which is interesting. And
Yeah.
then also selling some hotel zone stuff that, another factor about prices coming down too in some of these places, Danny, we'll use Valley Isle Resort as an example, man. So, you and I were having that discussion about Hololani, and Hololani so it goes Valley Isle Resort. Next door to that is Royal Kahana, and the next to that is the Hololani as you go north, right? So
Yep.
Hololani used to bring 1.2. Now we're seeing the low end kind of people starting to come in at 899. Whereas I know of a direct ocean front at Valley Isle Resort, it's going to need all kinds of work. We sent it out as a deal of the week, 717,000, Danny, for a 2-bedroom there. And here's the reason for it. There has been 10 years of active litigation going on at Valley Resort. And when you have active litigation, Fannie Mae will not buy those mortgages, so you cannot get conventional financing. If you can get financing, you're going to have to put large chunks of money down and accept higher rates in the 8% range. And so, believe it or not, when you're in those situations and you can only buy things with cash, cash always gets the discount, and it discounts the condominium values. So, strategy-wise, if you can, and you get into one of those condos, and then they settle, things could change. But there's just so much variances of different risks involved right now.
The risk reward game. This is investing we're talking about. We are not giving investing advice here. We are not professional investors. We don't have those licenses, but you see the risk reward in investment. Sometimes
I can tell you,
sometimes you lose.
I can tell you guys that when you are competing with other buyers in that particular market, you are not scooping up deals. That I can tell you with 100% certainty. I've been in them, multiples. So that's what everybody's waiting for, is the all clear sign to jump back in and invest when everybody else is. However, that's when you're going to tend to overpay a bit. And that's what happened here with COVID, you know. But man, so many of my clients did very, very well with their COVID purchases, stayed here for a couple years. And we were able to sell, I don't know, 80-85% of those clients sold again, Danny, for a nice little profit.
And a big profit for some of them.
Yeah, some really, really good money for some people, man. So anyway, hope that's helpful. We'll jump into the actual Hulahan now. So what do we got here? Well, let's go back. We'll show the visual. So yes, this means price is going down. We got one that's going up. All right,
classic Maui story.
Here we go, man. So look at this guy here. Started out aspirationally at 13 million. It is literally across the street from the ocean. I gotta imagine it has some kind of views. So there's your views. But 2,613 square feet. Asking 8.75 million now. Built in 2005. So that's the McKenna Landing neighborhood. Nahaleo McKenna is the condominium complex that's close by there, all residential. We're fans. Pohailani, this is a value at Pohailani, guys. It's an upstairs unit. Oh, no, it isn't. 645. Sorry. It's an okay value for the remodel in there. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,140 square feet. Remember, guys, Pohailani, one of the weird ones. These are across the street from the ocean, so these are apartment zone. They were being vacation rented, but they were all sold a cease and desist letter. And then across the street from Pohailani apartment, we have nothing but studios, and those are hotel zone allowed to be vacation rented without a permit. Wailea Town Center. This is a residential condominium complex in Wailea. Danny, this is close to where all of like the mortgage guys and all the different realtors got their offices, right? So that's all back in there. So Wailea Town Center. So nice opportunity for lock and leave lifestyle there if you're looking for a second home, first home, investment property. Sugar Beach Resort, Danny, penthouse 8 coming out the gates at 845. Is that a deal? Kinda. It's way in the back there. That's the problem with the 8 building, huh? So how does it go with Sugar Beach? The one buildings is that where the direct ocean front is, or
one stack? Yeah,
one stack. The stacks, guys. That's what you learn here as a realtor in Maui. Is what are the different stacks? Danny is our South Shore specialist. I'm your West Side Best Side guy. Kanai Analu 625 is leasehold. Everything in Malaya is zoned apartment. So what are we looking at here? Leasehold wise, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. You pick it up for $625, pay $1,100 for the exterior maintenance, exterior insurance, including hurricane, landscaping, water, sewer, trash, probably included there. And then you pay an additional $1,007 for the land lease. And Kanai Nalu, guys, is going to go for a minute. I mean, it's got another 41 years left on the lease. You can get a 30-year mortgage on that guy. So not a bad opportunity considering how much maintenance fees are right now in general. So $2,100 for a 2-bedroom condo is not a bad thing. And then you pick it up for $625. This is a great example of why leasehold can be attractive for the right person who has an understanding. And what is the right person for leasehold, Danny, when you hear those kind of things being discussed?
I mean, it's often that initial price of investment that people
Agreed.
are kind of attracted to. It's lower than you're going to typically see on fee simple, and so that's attractive. And then oftentimes when they get to the monthly costs, it's a little bit more of a question mark, but it's still oceanfront lifestyle for 600,000 up front.
There you
Might make
go. Yeah, and that's the ease of convenience for a lot of people of owning, right? I come when I want to. I can come over there, stay X amount, still recoup a little bit of my cost there by renting it out if I needed to. They say people that don't have heirs, if you don't have pesky kids and grandkids and that sort of thing, leasehold can make an attractive option because, again, it's more of the control as opposed to the ownership and the investment sometimes for some people. And they just love Maui, and the idea that the value keeps going up in the background, isn't the real reason for them. They're more, I want to have something on Maui. So just a quick little blurb there. Flats of Kamalani, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Wow, Danny, down to 679, man.
coming down. I think we were talking 799, right? Well, like a year ago when we were talking to our
Take a look
friends
here
there.
and see what these guys picked them up for too. Maybe we'll see. No. So anyway, back when they were being first sold,
That's
look
not
at,
even the
well,
original.
no,
It's
yeah,
the resale.
420. Picked it up for 420, flipped it for 70,000 3 years afterwards, and then now this guy here trying to get a little bit more there. So yeah, that's the scoopy there, Danny. Punahele 910 in Wailuku in Happy Valley, 1441 square feet. Here is that interesting phenomenon that only exists here on Maui. It was 840, and now a week later, it has increased in value by $70,000. I think they made a mistake when they first listed it, and that's what happens. I've made that mistake too, but now it's set in stone. It's just 24,102, dude. This is a deal, Danny. Right off the bat, somebody is pricing it at least at the market. What do you say?
Yep.
Downstairs
Yeah.
unit, 24 building, 550. Check the pics. It's got AC. It's got some floors, whether they're parquet, bamboo style, or what have you. The AC is a big deal. Some updates in the kitchen there, and then does have the yard. Deal. 550.
Yeah.
Maintenance fees 826. Ma'alaya Surf, we were just talking about how we are fans of Ma'alaya Surf, except when there's a Kona storm. It's $1,700,000. So it goes Kealia as you're coming into Kihei. You're in North Kihei. You're coming down the lower road. You're going past all the canoes. You're on Sugar Beach. You hit Kealia, Nani Kaihale, Kihei. What is the other one next to it, Danny?
Kihikai.
Kihei Kai. Then it goes Ma'alaya Surf. What did you hear yesterday about Kihei Kai, Danny, about the 4 trophy units right at the very, very front?
Well, they might be condemned and have to be destroyed and rebuilt because the recent Kona storm washed out the ground from underneath. 6 feet of dirt is gonzo from
Not the
underneath
ocean,
the
right,
front of,
Danny? It wasn't sea crashing in there that did it. It was
yeah,
actual
it was
flooding.
water runoff, yeah, from the storm.
So, guys, I don't know if you noticed, but it's also called Kealia. But as you come into Kihei, you see the wetlands there, right? And that's now an area that we've designated, hey, we're not going to touch these wetlands. This is what it was like in the past. That's what all Kihei was in the past. And why is that important? Because the wetlands existed there to catch this flood water, and then it would filter it, so you never saw the brown runoff that you see in Kihei nowadays. But we as humans like to come in and we like to control. And so, that's why we deal with some of these things that we have to deal with. We have the
That's it.
benefit of developing it. We did it, but Mother Nature's still there. That's the scoop on Kihei. What do you like about Ma'alaya Surf, Danny?
I mean, just that vibe right there out of that first picture
That's exactly
was,
it.
I mean,
It's
green
a low
grass,
low density vibe.
ocean, low density.
Low
It just
density
feels so
vibe.
relaxed. And then, I mean, you see the remodels in these things. People go all out. I mean, I've seen the craziest remodels in
How's
these
that
things.
little? I'm going to stuff my little AC right there. I'm going to make sure it all matches around there.
I mean, these,
Little
it's a
wet
reason it's
bar.
1.699 for a one bedroom. I mean, they're done up well. It feels luxury. It looks luxury. I mean, it's definitely a vibe.
I agree with you 100. I want to see some outside photos, man. But they're definitely showing off their remodel. So
Yep.
that's the
It's
scoop
all
there,
about the
guys.
remodel.
You like walking on the beach? How long Sugar Beach? Do you remember, Danny, West or South Shark guy?
It's like 3.5, 4 miles
Boom.
all the way to
There
Maui.
it
Yep.
is. All righty. Ponio Circle. This is original section of Kealani.
Yes, sir.
And that's about right in there. They bring in just sub $1 million, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,600 square feet. I don't expect this guy to stick around very long. Sub $1 million in Maui these days. That's going to go. Look at those dreamy views. Iao Valley, Mauna Kahalavai, epic. Pohailani, we were just rattling off about this, guys. Two sides to Pohailani. This is the hotel section. This is a studio, 668. I don't know why. There's like three of them on the market. You ever notice, guys, that when you go ahead and there's a home in your neighborhood that comes up for sale, and then all of a sudden there's two others? That is a natural law of real estate.
See the neighbors sell. Ooh, maybe it's our
That's
time
it.
too.
Look at Meadowlands, Danny. Who would have thought?
Wow.
Meadowlands was not only workforce housing, but I think like the community came in and helped build it, if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
And let's go back into the Wayback Machine and see if we can see. Look at that. So couldn't sell it in 14 for 749. Did sell it in 15 for 700. Fast forward 10 years, and they want close to 3 times the amount.
$1
I don't know
million
about this
in
one.
10 years.
We'll see. Maybe it's the one with the pool. That's why they're asking for all the chili. And it does look like a nice remodel. So done in 2024. We shall see. Okay, Nanikai, it's expired in Molokai. Yes, Maui County does have 2 bedroom, 2 bath vacation rentable condos for under $1 million. They're just on another island. Kaluakoi is the west side of Molokai. Kamalei Circle, that's a gorgeous one. That's when you know you priced it right, because this should have theoretically has extra value backing up to something with the golf course there. 1644 square feet, so priced at sub $1,000 a foot. 4 bedroom, 3.5 bath on what looks to be one level. Bingo, bango, pinkle, mango. We're in escrow. Maui Kamaole, so 1 bedroom, 2 bath. Oh, how the mighty have fallen, Danny. 799, bro. These were like what, 1.2, 1.3?
1-1, 1-2, yeah.
See if we can see a story here. Yeah, couldn't sell it back then. Man, how the mighty have fallen, Danny. Keonikai Road, 41 days, 3,072 square feet, 1,699,000. With that kind of square footage, I'm going to expect some Nohana action in there somewhere. Oh, there's the attached Ohana. That was the 2 bedroom, 2 bath. And that's what moves here on Maui. Rentability, multi-generational spaces, they do well. Olinda Road, Danny, 2.5, 78 days on the market. Didn't have to adjust the price, and they're in escrow. That is so upcountry, haiku, all those places. That vibe right there. Kind of funk,
100%.
kind of like just kept adding on to the project house and just hobbitish and very, very upcountry. I love it. Anything you want to add to it, Danny?
No, that was a good wrap. As
No
you can see,
sold.
kind of,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I was going to say no sold because we're a little too early in the morning there. But yeah.
People don't switch it that quickly. But good round, good run. A
You.
lot of interesting things happening in the market. You can see it's exciting, it's crazy, it's hard to predict. Maui's unique in a lot of ways. Prices going up when things are listed, not always down. It's all kinds of interesting, right, Johnny?
It's the tiniest, most nuanced market in the entire world. and 50% of the sales are done to people that don't live here. It just fascinates me. And the rules that you have to understand for just even like 6 different houses on one street is just mind-boggling.
That's it. So get your Maui info here. Ask questions, leave comments, drop Jonny a line if you're on the island. If you want a coffee or smoothie, his number's
Yep.
there. You can find him everywhere.
I'm a prolific texter, so if you don't like talking on the phone, but you need information, you just want to rap with me, I love to text. So just saying it.
Text it up.
Hit me.
Otherwise, we'll see you Friday for Aloha Friday, everyone.
A hui ho.
Woo.